are here with Charlotte and Martijn, right? Okay. From Delain. Welcome back on heavywords.com. How are you doing?
Fine. Yeah, we're here in Milan today. It's been a while since we last played here. I think 2 years ago. So looking forward to tonight, definitely.
I'm doing great. I just went into the city with some Italian people showing me around, and it was really nice. I saw some great churches, and I tasted some great food, so I'm really happy.
Last time we met face to face was in Romagnano Sesia in 2012, last gig of Delain as headliner. 3 years later, you guys are back as supporting act with Battle Beast and Sabaton. Are there any reasons why you prefer to come back as supporter instead of being headliners?
We've done a lot of headline tours for our previous record, and I think that, you know, for what we're trying to do now is just reach out to new audiences again. You know, we've done a lot of big support tours. Last year we were joining with The Temptation, and now, you know, with Sabaton they're doing really well. So it's, you know, new places, new people, and it's a good thing to do, you know, before we go headline again.
Okay. And talking about that, is there any headliner tour planned for the fall 2015 or in 2016?
Yes and no. Officially not, but unofficially yes. We're working on something, but it's not completely worked out yet. But we suspect that we can tour headline shows in fall of this year.
There's a new drummer in the band, Ruben, who took Sander's place. How did you find him, and how is he in the band now?
Well, we actually worked with him on an American tour before this replacement happened. So we already knew him. He had done like a 5-week tour with us in America. So we knew that, you know, that we really dig his sound, that he worked great in the group. So it was actually, you know, when it turned out that Sander could not do all the live gigs anymore, it was kind of a logical logical choice to go with Ruben. And actually the first time we saw him, he was in a support band of our gig. So, yeah.
Cool. Another lineup difference is Meryl taking place of Timo for this tour. How is playing with her?
Yeah, wonderful. She's a lovely girl, and we really like having her in the group. And it's the first tour we do with her, the big tour. She went with us to some headline shows in the UK last November, but this is a 5-week tour. That's something different, and it's a support tour. But she's doing wonderful, and we're really happy to have her in the group.
Okay. You want to add something else?
Oh, no, I want to completely agree with that.
And will this be a sign of a lineup change, or will she be only a replacement when Timo is busy with his projects?
Well, this is the thing, you know, Timo is in general, he's very busy. Like, for example, for this tour, he was going to NAM, he's working on his solo project. And this is something that, you know, we don't want to take that away. And so it's a good possibility to actually have 2 people who, you know, play the parts. And, you know, in the future, we've done some gigs with 2 guitarists, which we really like, you know, and as long as we can, you know, keep it like this with both of them involved, that's, I think, a great solution for everyone.
Okay. And how was this tour going so far? You are touring with Battle Beast and Sabaton. How is this experience?
It's a challenging tour. It's the people from Sabaton are wonderful. They're really nice crew. The band, they're amazing. And we are in one bus with Battle Beast, so it's always good to meet new people. And we still like each other. Yes. So that's when you're in such a small space, that's a good sign.
You can see from the mess in the bus that we had that there's been some parties going on.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
So and when it comes to the touring itself, it's for us, the purpose of doing this tour is reaching out to new people, because of course the crowd from Sabaton is not necessarily the same kind of crowd who visits us when we do a headline show. So it's good for us to see if we can convince people of our show and hope they like it. And so far it goes really well. So we're pretty satisfied.
Having Meryl in the band is more girl time during this tour. I saw pics of you two on Instagram enjoying your free time together.
Yes, well, I think the thing is that, both Merel and I guess we're not the typically girly girls, so...
They're men's in disguise.
Yeah, it's not like we're braiding each other's hair in the back lounge or something, but it's definitely nice, to, have some girls on the tour to, ask for...
Girl stuff.
Girl stuff. Yeah. No, I really enjoy it.
Okay. I heard you guys are writing a new album that could we expect from this? What could we expect from this, and when should it come out?
That's a good question. We're wondering the same thing. Okay. No, we've started writing, but we're still in the early stages of writing. So to make any predictions now about direction of the album, I think it's kind of early. Unless you feel.
No, I totally. Yeah, we want to actually make German Schlager, but no. It's really early.
A hint of R&B.
Exactly. No, it's we're sketching right now. The thing is, we've got this luxury problem that we have so much touring going on. The tour with Sabaton, the tour with Nightwish coming up in the US. We had the big tour in the US last year, a 6-week tour, and we got shows in between. So it's more that I'm a little bit worried. When are we going to do this? But we are really looking forward doing it, and I think we should be able to make an album and release it in a year from now. That should be really be our goal, our aim.
Yeah, and I do think if you look at like our last output of records, we had 2012 we had We Are the Others, 2013 we had Interlude, 2014 we had The Human Contradiction. So if it's not somewhere in 2015, I think it's not even it's a healthy thing with all the touring that we do to actually take the time to find the right songs, and
because it has to be good, of course. So we really want to take time and make the best album ever for Delain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And our output has been very healthy, so I think that people will bear with us.
Okay. As 10 years of Delain career is coming, are you thinking about making a special show and film it maybe for a DVD? If not, how would you celebrate your 10 years career?
Actually, we've been just talking about this a few days ago. Okay. Because it was 2016, I think September. What did we were looking for it? 2006 was the release of Lucidity.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to do something special on that date in 2016. We're not sure what yet.
No, we're still brewing on it, so to say. Yeah. But we definitely will do something.
Okay. You guys are also going to tour with Nightwish again. With Nightwish, with Sabaton again. What would you expect from this tour?
We expect to have a lot of fun. And now it's going to be really nice since we already know the guys on Sabaton right now, but we also know quite some people from Nightwish since we had Marco at our albums, and we had contact with Tuomas, and we know some people behind the scenes. So it's really nice to be able to go on tour with people you already know. And also, we hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, but this is a perfect combination with Nightwish and with Delain," and So I expect that it will be a wonderful tour, and I really think the fans will like it. Yeah, I think so.
You can also do some songs with Marco live.
I had contact with Marco about it, and there is a good chance we will do some stuff together. But it depends a little bit on the daily planning, and yeah, it has to be also doable for him because he has a show coming after hours. So, but I think it will happen a couple times. Yeah.
Would be really nice. That's also been a while, so yes, definitely.
Wait, okay. You are taking part in Karma Flow game project with other artists. How do you feel about being in this project?
I think it's interesting. I think that a lot of people in the metal scene like gaming as well. So I think that this combination is very cool.
Gaming?
No. No, but I
do.
He does. No, but I really like the general combination of the art. So I really love it when people say, okay, we have music, let's make a bridge to visuals, or we have visuals, let's make a bridge to dance. Or so for me to be part of a combination of I think the gaming and rock opera, that is something that I get excited thinking about those kind of bridges between disciplines. This is what I think is really interesting, and of course it's a great bunch of people who are working on it, and yeah, it's a good company to be in. Yeah.
Okay. You also took part in Countermove project. How was this experience?
It was very positive. We raised, I think, over 10,000 euros in the end for victims of sexual violence in conflict territories. So I think that's, both, a very nice example of people of the Dutch metal scene coming together and creating something, and on the other hand, for the cause, I think we raised a lot of money, and in Holland there was a lot of awareness about it, but now it also, I say a lot. Now it also it kind of crosses some borders when you do a metal project, because of course metal has a very international appeal, and if you look at the people who downloaded the song and who made donations, it was not at all primarily Dutch people. It was people all over the world, and that's just very interesting to see. Yeah.
Your first two albums were with Roadrunner, but after the fusion with Warner, you changed to Napalm Records, who is focusing on you more, as I can see. How do you feel working with them? Did you choose to change it altogether?
It's wonderful working with Napalm. We have good contacts with them, and they're really enthusiastic about the collaboration, and so are we. I think the label fits us really well. And yeah, we also notice it with the development of Delain, that it goes really well. We had a big problem with Warner that it took over Roadrunner. Roadrunner, is a wonderful label with wonderful bands, and after Warner took over, for us it was a really difficult time. So we are really happy that this is done, and now we have a fresh, new collaboration. And for the time to come, I don't see it ending too. It's great. Yeah.
Which are your singing experience and career? Your style is quite personal. You have been able to gain a lot of fans for that among symphonic metal lovers, throwing your ego out.
Sorry.
Okay, no.
What exactly is the question?
Which are your singing experience and career?
Like my experiences with singing.
Yeah.
Or
except for Delain, other experience.
I guess starting out, I started out. I was actually playing in a big band, and every now and then I would sing there. And about the same time, I was doing singer-songwriter stuff with a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Then we started a band. And then there were a couple of bands kind of in the rock metal genre, but. It all next to the classical singing, because then there was some time of classical singing, and then I actually got pretty soon into, this scene. Mm-hmm. Because, Martijn and I met when I was 16, 17.
Yes, she was very young.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a lot before that, but obviously not too much, because this all happened pretty fast, okay, so to speak. So, but yeah, it's singer-songwriter stuff, just, bands and school bands, mm-hmm, and my philosophy back then was just to do everything, you know, on my path. And yeah, so I was in the symphonic orchestra and in the big band and in the choir and everything at the same time, and it was great fun.
Okay. And what about you as a keyboardist?
I was in a lot of school bands. Actually, I was even in the school band where Robert and Sharon of Within Temptation were into before me. We went to the same school. And I was in 2 metal bands before I joined Within Temptation. I of course had lessons at the music school. I played classical piano. Yeah, this was a wonderful time. And then I started in Within Temptation, and then the story took off to
the
Delain.
Same age.
Yeah, I was 17.
Yeah.
I was 17.
Cool.
Yeah.
It was a sign, 17.
Yes, that's the magic age.
What advice would you suggest to a new debuting metal band with all your experience you guys had?
Well, actually, because I was just a new debuting metal band, maybe the advice would actually be like even a step before that, because I always think that it's so funny because people don't take these things like, you know, the school bands and the garage bands, and people don't really take it seriously. But if you look at most people who are, you know, doing something seriously in music, it's most of the time the people who are active in, you know, just join the school band, join this, join that, you know. You don't have to aim for the stars right away, as long as you just make sure that you do take whatever kind of musical chances that you can. And then if you're in a debuting metal band, just take advice from people around you who know their shit. That's I guess the best advice that I could give. But yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's first, you know, when you start, you should aim in just developing yourself. When you go to school, to kindergarten, you then say, I'm going to kindergarten because I want to be the director of Shell Industries. You know, it doesn't work like that. And it's the same with music. Just grab your chance in developing, and the most primarily thing is have fun with that. If you like it, that's the most important. And then you develop, and then at a certain point you come with a band, you say, okay, well, we have some ambition in doing some serious stuff with it, and then you go for that.
Okay. How do you get to travel for a long time far away from family, boyfriend in your case, and family for you, and friends?
Sometimes it's hard because you miss people at home. People at home miss you. I have a son, for example, and it's that's sometimes pretty hard. But on the other hand, you also, you know, in the Netherlands you have a saying like the grass is always greener at the other side of the hill, which means that when you're not on tour, you're at home, you sometimes think it would be nice to be on tour again. And so that's how it works. So count your blessings, and I think we have privileged job. It's not the typical job, the 8 to 5 job, so to say. If you like that, there's nothing wrong with that, of course. But it's I experience it as being privileged to be able to travel so much and meet so many people from different countries and build something beautiful together with my bandmates and with our crew. And that's wonderful. But of course, there are times you miss your home. That's part of the deal.
Yeah, and I think the good thing is, you know, us, for example, we have known each other for like 10 years now. So you also, it's not like you're away from home with strangers, you know. You got your own in crowd here, and that's also something that helps. And of course you have your moments of for example, I've been on a lot of holidays to Greece with my boyfriend, and then we were in Greece and I was looking out, we were at a pretty charming hotel, and I was like, you would have liked this so much. And then you have a little moment where you know, you miss each other. But then again, you know, it is a very privileged job. We have a lot of fun. We also meet people on the road, and we have each other. So it's it is a very, very privileged situation. I totally agree with that.
Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for your time. Is there anything you would like to say to your fans or Heavy Worlds readers?
Yeah, first of all, to thank them for their interest in Delain and listening to our music and supporting us. So I would say grazie Italia. Is that the right way to say it? Grazie.
Yeah, I totally agree. You know, whether it is by buying the record or by coming to the show or by just telling your friends, you know, we really appreciate the support, and it makes it possible for us to do this. So, yeah, thanks.